What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about my dividend portfolio and honestly focusing in on how I plan to make $6,000 every month from dividend investing. Now, we're going to break this down, what my plan is, where I stand so far, and how I'm really going to get there, and also maybe some of the things that we do invest into, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. So if you do, or you do like this content, make sure you hit the like button and hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Also, feel free to check out any links that I have down below if you want to sign up for Robinhood or Webull or any other platform related to stocks or even cryptocurrency. I have all of those down there. Feel free to check it out. Now, I recently went through my portfolio, right, on a video where I broke down where I stood. I was at like 155,000 for my monthly portfolio, and then you saw that the tariffs and everything that's going on there obviously pulled back my portfolio. Well, that's continuing. My portfolio is currently standing at $150,000. It's down by $566 on the day. We're seeing things continue to fall down, continue to be very bearish, which creates an opportunity to continue to buy more and more, shares of stock, shares of ETF. And the reason why I want to do that is because I always want to buy lower, and I'm honestly not looking to sell anytime soon. I just want to gather more and more, shares. And then they can get back to normal levels as well as aggressive levels and be able to make a ton from it. Now, from this investing portfolio, I have a lot of things that I'm invested into, right? SPHD. I have a lot of ETFs that I'm invested into. Some, stocks that are outright companies, right? Like a Target or a Microsoft or a Nike. But for the most part, you're seeing a lot of, ETFs, or REITs or whatever, right? SPHD. DHS, FDVV, Vanguard, VYM, and so on and so forth, right? Things that are going to give me the consistent growth that I want, as well as seeing the consistent dividend that I want to see, and that, the history shows really of that. But I want to make sure that while I'm investing into these things that are pretty safe and see that consistency over time, definitely not over this last week, but over time, it's going to be able to continue to grow my account. So these are the things that I'm going to continue to invest into. However, I do want suggestions and different things that I can get into because I don't want to throw this much money in on this little bit of plays. I feel like, yes, 10, 12 is a lot of plays, but when you start to get to hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, that's where it ends up getting a little bit tricky because you don't want to have all of your eggs in one basket. You want to make sure you distribute it well. So 150,000, if we look at the last week, I'm down by $3,160 or 2%. The last month, I'm down by about $4,000, 2.5%. And in the last 3 months, I'm down by 1.5%. Year to date, I am slightly up by $1,181. So I'm still up even though things have come back down quite a bit. And if it continues, I'll eventually get back to break even for this year. Overall, I'm up by 5.5% or about $8,000, just to give you an understanding of where I stand. Now, with everything that I have and what I'm invested into, right, this is my dividend tracker. My dividend tracker stands at again, 155,000. Yes, the numbers have come back. Let's just say that we're around the same rate because this is where it was at the end of January. We'll update this as we get to the end of March into April, right? And get all of the payout for this quarterly pullback or quarterly, dividend pay. So far, we've been able to gain $550.49, which is an average of $275 a month. That's fantastic. But that's nowhere near the $6,000 a month claim that we have here. Now, also, overall, you would look at the average being about $512 over what will be the next year with this amount, with this portfolio. But that's still not showing $6,000 per month. It's showing $6,000 per year. So what is my projected goal to get to those points? Well, if we go over to goal sheet, you're going to see here, right? Don't worry about this last piece because honestly, it's very tough to take a certain amount of money and say, I'm going to throw it all in on these plays. Because when you start seeing the amount of balances or the height of that balance, it's very difficult to say, I'm going to make sure this goes over $250,000 or $500,000. So with new positions comes new money that's going into those positions. So what I plan to do is I plan to get a lot of different positions above 1,000 coin or 1,000 shares. And the way that I'm going to do that is by a lot of the cryptocurrency revenue, cryptocurrency gains that I end up getting over this next year or so. And I plan on getting to about $300,000. That's my end goal to get to that point. I think by the end of this year, my goal was to get to $250,000. If I can surpass that to get to $300,000, that would be great, because then it would give me my $1,000 per month in dividend payouts. However, if we go back to the goals, with about $1 million in dividend payouts, I should receive about 3,000. I'm rounding down because I know that these are kind of inflated. I know that projected numbers come back a lot lower, but around $3,000 per month in dividend payouts. But I plan on having a total, when it's all said and done, I want to have about $2 million in my dividend portfolio. Now that's going to come throughout time as we see the growth throughout the next few years, and also the amount of money that's put in there from not only just me investing $2,000 every single month, plus the extra money that could be coming in from cryptocurrency investments or other side things that we have there. I plan on finding a way to get this up to that $2 million mark. Now, what I plan to do is definitely when I look at how many shares I want to own of things, SCHD, I want to own 8,000 shares. I would love to, Realty Income, 1,000 shares, SPHD, 2,000 shares, SPYD, 1,000 shares, FDVV, 1,000 shares as well, JEPI, 1,000 shares, and Wisdom Tree, about 2,000 shares. Now, we may end up seeing a lot more that happens over here where we have a PRF, but that is a lower dividend yield within that. So I want more opportunity, more things that are out there with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I don't plan on putting a lot more money in there. However, we could see that happen. The S&P 500, I do plan on putting a lot more in there, even though it's only a 1.22%. I do expect to put a lot more money in there. It's just right now I haven't earmarked anything towards that, but it does grow pretty consistently, so that's something that I do like, even though we are seeing the only 1.2%. Now I also added the extra 24,000 shares of whatever this is, right? All of those different things to get me to $1.2 million for a current balance there, and giving me, instead of just a 3,600 or $3,000 dividend payout, we're actually looking at about a $6,000 dividend payout if we're rounding down, right? I don't want to be too aggressive, but I would love to be able to get $6,000 of dividend payouts, as well as being able to pay the taxes on those dividends, but then taking the rest of that per month and being able to, push that somewhere else. However, when we look at this full breakdown, let's make sure that this is divided by 12. So it is divided by 12. So either way, we're looking at an average per month of about $6,000. So there's no if, ands, or buts. I know that it may seem like this is not monthly, but on average, that's what it will end up paying out overall. And if we take that and we multiply it by 12, this is how much will be paid per year in dividend payouts: $81,627. Rounding down, let's just say it's going to be, I'll round all the way down and say it's going to be about 70,000, just because you never know how off they're going to be, right? I look at my dividend projections as well as the dividend payouts. It doesn't really make sense as to from what those numbers are, what the numbers are in the end. But either way, $6,000 is what I plan and stand to make, and you're going to be able to see my entire journey as I go along. I don't plan on making a crazy amount of videos on this channel, but I do plan on making some videos to keep you informed and show you where I am when it comes to my long-term investments. So this is where I am right now. Again, looking at about a $150,000 level, and I want to consistently grow that to way higher figures in the end. So let me know what you think about this. Is this a good plan? Do you have any suggestions on what can be invested in and what new positions I can add to my portfolio? But I'm going to get out of here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out my link for Robinhood as well as Webull and cryptocurrency platforms down there. I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.